Hey guys, it's Brijette with San Diego Seed Company, and we're on the farm here in Ramona, California, and I'm going to talk about growing a native California plant called the California Bluebell. It's stunning, it's beautiful, and it's relatively easy to grow from seed. In this video, I'll get into everything you need to know about how to grow it so that you can grow California natives from seed form and get a lot of beautiful blooms in your garden. So the crazy thing about natives is you would think, why are they so hard to grow from seed when they naturally grow in some of the harshest areas of zone 9 and 10? It is kind of the thing that I think about all the time, like, why is this so hard? Well, because nature knows exactly how to start those seeds and we don't always know. That's why some native seeds require special treatments to get started, whether it's hot water treatment, whether it's cold treatment. Some even require exposure to smoke or fire. Now, we don't carry those varieties on our website because we want it to be easy, but California Bluebell is one that doesn't really require a whole lot of extra love or help except planting in the right season. So most native flowers are going to take advantage of our seasonal cool weather and rainfall that we get in the fall and the winter. As you've noticed along the freeways, when you see in the spring all the poppies that are blooming, well, they've been doing their work and germinating and growing all fall long so that they can establish really nice root systems to have robust flowers when the days get longer. I've talked about this a lot in other videos. Planting a lot of flowers in the fall in zone 9 and 10 allows you to establish deep root growth, and you actually get more blooms and happier plants come spring versus waiting until the spring to plant the plants. Because zone 9 and 10, most areas are frost-free or have very little frost, it's easy to grow throughout the fall. So let's talk specifically about these flowers and how we started them and how we got them to look so amazing. Well, it really was not a lot of work. We started these from seed by direct sowing seeds into the ground prior to our seasonal rains. Now, that is really, really important because even though we have irrigation here, the seasonal rains are going to expose this whole area to be moist all the way through so we can get better germination. And now, I will say with any native plant, you're usually going to want to plant more seeds than you think you need, because some natives have a portion of the seeds that are dormant, meaning that they may not germinate for years, and that's a naturally occurring thing. And also, they're just a little bit harder to get to germinate. So we direct sowed seeds all in this row pretty heavily and did that right before the rain. The seeds are relatively small, so I covered them with a fine sifting of good high quality soil and let these guys stay undisturbed for about 2 weeks as I anxiously waited and stared for them to germinate. Once they did, the key thing that you have to do with a lot of natives is you have to clean out any weeds that are going to compete for space and water. That's really important. That's one of the reasons why natives have a hard time establishing in areas that have a lot of ornamental plants. It's because ornamental plants might grow faster or quicker and really just outcompete these native flowers. And so if you don't go in the beginning and weed, they're really not going to thrive. So I've went through and I have weeded all season long to allow these plants to outcompete any other weeds that might take over the area. And as you recall, this year we had some of the least amount of rain that we've had in the fall and the winter all for many, many years. And so the irrigation is key, and that is a key misconception that people have. Because this plant thrives in hot or even desert regions of zone 9 and 10, they think it doesn't need irrigation. On the contrary, if we're not getting the 12 inches of rain that we need a year for this plant to thrive, then irrigation has to supplement that. So even though we were getting seasonal rains, very, very little of it, the irrigation kept the soil moist enough for these guys to thrive. Now, once they have grown and started blooming, I'm really not going to do a whole lot more to this plant except admire it. I mean, the beautiful cobalt blue blooms are really something that you just don't see a lot of. You don't really see this insanely blue color in nature very often. I'm going to let this plant grow. I might prune slightly to keep it from kind of falling over in a large mat, but my goal is to let this reseed. Why? because I want this plant to naturally pop up years to come. And I want this one season of effort to give me many, many, many seasons of joy in the garden. So one of the few things I might do to this plant is a little bit of thinning or pruning when it gets so big that it starts to fall over. You can see here the weight of all these blooms is just really pulling it this way. And what happens over time is it just begins really to snap. You can actually see it's very easy to snap off a piece here. So you can do some light pruning in here to keep the structure of the plant a little more upright. Over time, as this plant becomes super loaded with seed pods and gets heavier and heavier, it's naturally going to basically break in the middle and fall down. That's a natural process. It's not that big of a deal. It's going to be a little unsightly, but if you let it finish what it's doing, again, you're going to get seeds in the garden, which means it will naturally give you plants in the following years. And to me, a couple weeks of ugly plants is totally worth the next seasons of volunteers. So please subscribe to our channel if you're a grower in zone 9 and 10, and we would love to hear more about what California natives or even natives of the Southwest that you have grown from seed form that you love, and which ones are you having trouble with. We know growing natives is very difficult, and so we want to learn as much as we possibly can from you guys. All right, so if you've watched this whole video, you know how to take California Bluebell seeds, plant them in the garden, and get amazing blooms and happy plants that will actually reseed so that you have plants for years to come. So if you've shopped on our website, you can see that we don't have a lot of native seeds. And part of the reason is because they're hard to grow, and we want you to be successful. Now, California Bluebells are an exception. They're easy to grow, and we would love it if you hopped on our website, grabbed a pack of seeds so you can have beautiful blue cobalt blooms in your garden to enjoy.